guilty plea with federal prosecutors in New York in connection to alleged tax fraud and banking matters. Joining me now, NBC White House correspondent Kristen Welker, MSNBC political analyst Peter Baker, who's chief White House correspondent, of course, of the New York Times, and WNBC chief investigative reporter Jonathan Dienst, who's breaking this story. Jonathan, let's talk about what we know. There's been some silence for the last couple of weeks from the Michael Cohen camp, from Lanny Davis, his lawyer, which certainly indicated that he might be in conversations with the prosecutors. This is not the Mueller team. This is the prosecutors, as you know so well, in New York at the Southern District. What do we now know from your sources?
We know that these talks are underway between Michael Cohen's attorneys and federal prosecutors, and that a deal on a potential guilty plea could be reached as early as this afternoon, and preparations are underway now at federal court for that possible hearing. Of course, nothing is done until it's done, but that is our understanding at this hour, that both sides are very close and that Michael Cohen is considering accepting a plea deal with federal prosecutors in Lower Manhattan. The U.S. Attorney's spokesman declined to comment, as did Lanny Davis, with these talks ongoing. The FBI, the IRS, investigating the bank fraud and other possible crimes related to his taxi medallion business. So this is why this case is being handled here out of New York and is not part of the Mueller investigation. These are his separate business dealings and questions of whether he broke any laws regarding bank fraud and tax fraud. The New York Times this weekend reported that it involves bank fraud totaling close to $20 million. That's being looked at by prosecutors and the FBI. So that is ongoing, but what is newsworthy here today is the timing. We've known that there's been talks ongoing for weeks. The issue now is it all may be coming to a head today in Lower Manhattan. We'll know more within the next hour or two whether they have formally reached a deal, or if not, if it falls apart, then it's our understanding from several sources reporting this out with